Yo, what is up guys, it's Fully Space and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this little kind of starter diagonal house. Obviously it's kind of got a slight incline with the staircase at the start here, so I'll quickly show you around. We've got a small underground section here, which is just purely for like chests and things. Kind of looks like maybe this person sells things or maybe they're just moving in, and everything's kind of crammed under here. You could obviously turn this into a farm or some other sort of contraption if you would like, but for now I've just kept it purely for more of a cosmetic or aesthetic purpose. And then yeah, I'm gonna head up these stairs that I created over here. So this is all made of slabs and it kind of goes up in a straight line and gives you a little curve, and then you'll come into the entrance to this diagonal house here. So yeah, head through this door. There's actually nothing on the inside, but I filled all these sections with barrels and things. So you just got this nice little kind of small living quarters. The only issue with living in something like this is diagonal houses generally are quite tight to live in. So depending on how you like living really, they are quite small purely just based on the way the blocks are placed and how much you can fit in. But they do look pretty cool. I've gone for some more lanterns and chains, and then some chain and leaves. We've got these little poles that are holding up these flower beds here, and we've got the same around here as well. Just playing around with different heights and things as well. And then we've got some buttons around the corners on these logs just to give out a bit more detail. And then the roof heads up and we got this little fire coming out the top as well there. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to create this. Let's jump on over. So starting out, I've literally just moved not very far away, but the first thing you want to do is place one block down, two. So go from a diagonal, so you want 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then do the exact same 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and obviously that will be 5. Then from this block here, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that will do. Just for now, I'll give you a nice little start. From here, you want to raise this, so create that up to 4. You can actually remove these. Create that up to 4 too. Create that up to 4 as well. That up to 4, and you can remove these and make that to 4 just for now, just so you can get a kind of rough idea. Obviously I did just tell you to remove them. You will need to kind of get a block at this height, so I'm going to use the log to get it this height, but I want it facing upwards like the rest of them, so I'm going to build towers up each side like so, just so we can get that log at the exact same kind of height with the exact same pattern. It just looks a lot better than having a sideways log here, so I'd recommend doing that. This bottom bit though is where I was storing all the chests and things, so you know it's going to be pretty empty for now, but we're going to focus on this main part of the house here. As you can see here, we've basically got a nice little framework down, but you want to extend this now up to 4 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. So we've got 4 high, and then once again we're going to need to add in this roof section here, like so, and so. Just really simple, just adding in these, but as soon as you get the framework down, this build becomes so much easier to actually finish. Obviously building it free-handed like diagonal builds are quite a pain, but that's you know, you want to kind of get a nice little frame so you can build around the frame for this one, otherwise it will be a bit more tricky. Nothing too tricky though, but we're going to start off with kind of adding in the roof here. So what I'm going to do, just literally follow this all the way around with the cobblestone, like so. Gonna head all the way around with this, which you know is a long and lengthy process. It's something you can definitely speed up, but it's, well, I mean, it's not too long. The next bit is just a lot easier. You can kind of cut around on the next layer, but I'll show you what the little trick to do to get the nice little top bit with your little campfire on it, producing that smoke and just giving you a cool looking roof. Especially on a diagonal house. Diagonal house roofs are generally pretty tough to do, so you know, play around with those as you will. But anyway, you want to add these spruce stairs on each corner like so. Then from here you want to just extend them by 1, and you're basically going to connect them all the way up to the middle. So we're going to go all the way around, head up to the middle like so, and keep going like this. And then once you're about this height, you want to put the block there just down normal. That'll give you a 1 block gap there. Now from here you actually want to fill in. If we have a look over there, you can see I'm using the cobblestone here. So what you want to do now is just fill in this cobblestone section here like so. I would recommend texturing this roof if you want to get the most detail out of it. So cobblestone, stone, you know, polish around the side, that kind of stuff. that will give you probably the best amount of detail for this roof possible. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. But then you want to grab some slabs, cobblestone slabs here, and then you fill in these sections here. So that piece there, that one there, that one there, and obviously I forgot to do this side, which I would not recommend when trying to actually finish your build. Come on, there we are, and here, let's put that in there, and then you just want to kind of fill this top section in around here, like so. Then you can fill this in, and if you look at this one over here, it's really like this. These parts are filled in here, and this will look complete once you've done that. So that will give you a nice little completed roof. Then you just whack your campfire in the top there. Now we'll just produce your fire, and it's look really nice from this distance. And then obviously now we're going to work on the staircase. This is probably the least fun one to do. It's quite a fiddly thing, fiddly process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit these up to about something like this, and then just slowly lower this down like so. Something like that will do for now. We can sort it out as time goes on, but for now we're going to leave it at this height. So I want it to match out at this height. So this is going to be our front door, and we're going to walk into that. So I'm going to match it out here, and then we're going to slowly lower this as we go down. Maybe something like this, and then we can keep lowering it the further we go down, like so. You just want to keep slowly lowering this all the way down. Eventually we will get down to the floor here, and obviously we can extend that out if you wish. And there we are, a nice little kind of staircase filled in here. Obviously now that needs a little block there to fill that in. You can have a stair there, but that means you will have to extend this down just extra. But yeah, just keep playing around with it, and eventually you'll kind of come up with how it works. It's a very fiddly process, but you can actually make this staircase very small. But right now it's just there we are, that's the one. Then we clear out this, and then I'll probably add in that there. And that would just give you a nice little staircase entrance here, straight up. Obviously it's very fiddly, like I said a minute ago, very fiddly process, so it's kind of up to you how you do it. Like so. And then if you want to come around here, get some spruce planks and stripped, and you can just chuck those in here as well. Fill up this gap, probably light it up before you fill it in if you're playing in survival, otherwise you're going to get those mobs spawning under there. That gives you a nice little walkway up here. Obviously if you want to, you can actually hide that block with something like this, although it's going to make it a lot more difficult when trying to walk up the stairs. So it's really up to you what you want to do with that one. Just play around with it as much as you can and see what you can kind of do with it. But now you want to just come up here, fill in your kind of areas with a mixture of stripped and spruce planks and stripped spruce logs. Leave a gap for the windows as well, so I'm going to leave them in each kind of corner. Add one block to them. Get some glass, chuck the glass on top of this, like so, and then we're going to have a, no, we won't have a window here, we'll have a window here because this is where the door's going to be. But then you want to fill this in. This will be your floor, or your top version up here. So we've got a nice little top section, like so. Then get your trapdoors and your normal door, like so. Put the normal door down there, and then stack your trapdoors up here, and then obviously add a block above that. You can put your trapdoors up here, and that gives you a nice little entrance walkway up towards the staircase there. You can actually add another block here if you want to get this nice little symmetrical pattern. But then you can add little detailing effects now to really just spice it up. So you can add things like, so you can have trapdoor slab and just create this little pattern on the way up here, like so, and then there. And obviously we want to add different things to kind of just make the build look a lot better. So we're going to add trapdoors, grass, we're going to have lanterns, we're going to have chains, composters with leaves, and barrels, chests, and what else are we going to do? I think that would be a decent amount for now. So we're going to fill in just down here with just some barrels and things, like so. There we are. And we'll do the same here. And then maybe here. There we are, we got some barrels and things down here. Then you just kind of need to go around, you know, add in small things like this. These little maybe fences as well for these actually. These little hanging baskets where you can put flowers in outside your window. You can even raise them up to like different heights. Gives you a nice, it gives just like a different, you know, obviously there's different heights to it. It just gives a bit more to the build. So we've got one higher here and one lower here. Fill those in with flowers. You can add things like chains. So you can either add chains from here, or you can have leaves from here. So what I'm going to do is copy the other one, add 2 chains and a leaf chain here, lantern, and I'm going to go with like 2 chains here. Come around this side, add 1 chain. This side we'll add 2. And then you can add buttons and things around the side of these as well to extrude the walls a bit. Obviously I've added leaves hanging from this side. You can add leaves wherever you want hanging, but I think I'm only going to have 1 on this. I'm going to add some buttons in just to spice up some of this wood, otherwise it's going to look quite plain. Gives it a bit more, you know, it's a bit more extruded, kind of looks a bit more real. It's got a few nicks and things here and there, just looks a lot better. So, like so. And then once you're happy with that, you can add things more like outside decorations using composters as well. So we can have a composter. We're going to have to knock that button out. Leaves, I'm going to do like 2. And from here we can do like a 3. Go around this side, do a 2. And then do 1 here. You can just add whatever you want. Anything that kind of spices it up a bit makes it look a lot better than what it, you know, originally looks like. Obviously you can have paths under here and things. Anything you want. Obviously on the inside too, I'd recommend filling in these corners with barrels, because you're going to need that for your, you're probably going to use that for your storage, as it's so tight in here and it just looks very odd because you've got these odd corners here. But filling them with barrels, like I did on the previous one over here, it just gives you a lot more space. Well, not really a lot more space, but gives you a lot of storage, and the house is kind of more equal. It doesn't look so weird. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little diagonal house tutorial. If so, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see more of, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.